Shit, I was hanging with the homies, and we was fucking around and shit. So we started hanging out more. So they was like, you can't keep hanging with us, and then you can't represent what we doing. You know, so it's like, let me just not hang out with y'all. I've been fucking around with y'all for this long. I might as well just go on and make it official and get put on.
So when did Chase decide that he wanted to be from 19th Street? When did that happen?
I got put on when I was 16. So I wasn't even gonna gangbang at first. You know, I was like, I just started hanging with people and shit, and kind of got influenced to do that shit as far as start gangbanging. And once I was in, it's like, you're gonna stay there. You're not gonna transform, you're not gonna switch. This is my family now, you know? So it wasn't something that I just woke up and said, I wanna do this. Just going to school, meeting certain people, and that's just something I chose to do, you know? So it was like, I just feel like at one point in every gangbanger's life, and nobody could say that this ain't true, you're gonna be a follower at one point. You follow them into joining the gang. And once you in it, it's a life-changing decision. You know, it's only two ways out of this shit. Everybody know pretty much dead or in jail. Because the real ones out here that's really successful or that have made it, if you can ever make it gangbanging, they behind the scenes somewhere getting some bread and you know, trying to uplift the new generation as far as, you know, make better decisions than what we made. But you gotta tell them the real. You can't just tell them the glitz and glamour of the gangbang. You gotta let them know that it's just serious shit. You're gonna go to a lot of funerals, you're gonna go to a lot of court dates, and you're gonna have some friends one day and they're gonna be gone the next day. I was actually with my mom at the time of all that stuff when the whole gangbang and everything happened. So, you know, she wasn't too happy about it, but can't really stop. You know, mom's trying to provide for the family. They trying to do what they gotta do. Bills gotta get paid, and this is the only thing that's going on. Like, I see y'all out here getting money, selling dope or doing whatever you want to do. I want to be a part of that shit too. You know, I remember one time, like, I had a real conversation with my mom. I was like, I told her, like, I be shaking in my sleep, Mom. I don't even know if I'm gonna make it to heaven. You know, and she just started crying. So that's how I was living at one point. I was living like that every day. Just felt like I was gonna die. Didn't have shit to live for. What changed that with me was when I had my daughter. Then I was like, okay, I got somebody to live for. I gotta just I'm still gonna do this. I'm still gonna represent where I'm from, but it's a difference between an active gangbanger and being from the set. Like, if somebody hit me up, I'm gonna tell you where I'm from, but it's like, I'm not neighborhood patrolling all the time, riding around looking for shit no more. I think you do all that shit when you're younger. Right, I think it's about playing your role, playing your position. Obviously, you gotta earn stripes, you gotta go put in work. You know, people wanna go lay niggas down and catch bodies and shit just to get a rep, to be like, oh, don't go fuck because that nigga tough. He'll pop you, he'll do this. They just doing all that shit. My main quote, I've been telling these motherfuckers, I said they gonna respect you more for doing 4 years in the pen than doing 4 years at Harvard. And that shit is fucked up in the head to have a mentality like that, because it's the blind leading the blind. You know, so a gangbanger and being from the set, the big difference is if you frontline, you put in work, pull somebody's resume, check their file, or you still out there doing it, and it ultimately it's all down to, do you got something to live for? What are you living for? If you don't got nothing to live for, you most likely gonna be out there frontline, gangbanging full-fledged, not caring about shit, you know?
Now, a lot of people over the years that claim 19th Street Crip transformed into one of the other two bigger gangs.
Yeah, man.
You've always stayed 19th Street.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who stayed. But talk a little bit about that. How do you feel about that, and why do you think that happened?
Man, I don't know why that shit happened, but you had some people on your show that used to actually be from the hood, and they on there talking like they big time at this other gang, but it's like, I still got pictures of y'all throwing up our set. If a nigga gonna switch gangs on you, and then he's from your hood, and you know he was from somebody else's hood, and you accept him, what's gonna happen when this dude catch a case with you? You think by him switching and turning his back on all his supposed brothers that he's not gonna turn his back on you? That just show a lot about the character of these dudes out here in these streets right now, man. So I think what it is power, is numbers and power and numbers, you know. So hey, come over here, we want to make our gang deeper. The more people you got, the more shit you can do. But it's not about how deep you are, it's about your heart. What's your heart built like? You know what I'm saying? So obviously, if you switching gangs, it show a lot about your heart. You never been loyal. You just, like you said, hip, hood, hop, and transform. It's all you got out here is your street cred and your word. You know, street cred and your heart. That shit is more valuable than money. You can't buy that shit. You can't just go buy what you've done in the streets. You can't buy respect. I don't give a fuck how much money you got. So that transforming is an automatic. It's a couple notches down off your respect. I can't really all the way fully respect somebody like that.
Now, if you paid close attention to some of the historic rap music that's come out of Long Beach, a lot of different artists have made reference to 19th Street.
Right.
But you have to really pay attention to what they're saying, right?
Right.
Can you give us some examples of that?
When you bank with the Saints, then we ain't no joke. Woo, come on bounds and you might get smoked. That's Trade E. So in Long Beach, on the east side, we wear sports teams to represent our gang. So the 20s will wear Steelers, Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Insanes will wear Raiders, but we'll wear the Saints. If you come to Long Beach and you see anybody wearing Saint attire, New Orleans Saint attire, I got the Saint on my arm right there. That represents 19th Street. Anybody with the Saints. And on the west side, they wear Cowboys. They wear the Dallas Cowboys.
Any other reference to 19th Street in the music?
Corrupt says some shit. Daz always say some shit.
What do you remember what Corrupt said?
And then Corrupt said 19th Street Crip, 20 Insane, 60 Crip. That's where the gangsters hang. It's ain't gang thing, we all gang bang. Hold up, wait a minute. All my niggas get gangster with it. TikTok, Crip, some shit. It's on that song called Represent That. Represent That. Corrupt album. The streets is a motherfucker.
And then who else after you said Corrupt? Who else?
Snoop be saying some shit, but I can't think of his shit off the top. Oh yeah, on the G'd Up, ask the homies on the 9-2-0, you know. That's what he said on that shit. On the G'd Up song when the East Siders first came out.
Now what would you tell your 14-year-old son about these streets?
Oh man, he's not gonna gangbang. I ain't gonna let him do it. I can't put him in a position to where that happens. So if he decides to do it, he's 14, I'm gonna sit down and talk to him. If it's too late, he's already from there, you know. We're gonna have to have a long talk regarding that. But, you know, my goal is for him not to go down that route. I think it's always just try and be better than your parents. Whether your parents were bad, if they raised you good, they raised you bad, just always try and be better than them. Learn from their mistakes. The things you didn't like what they did with you, try and do that shit with your kids. Be different. Yeah, I mean, too many obituaries and too many sentences, too loss of friends. Nobody want to go through that. You want to go to your homie's weddings and shit, man. You don't want to go to his you go visit him behind the glass. So that's all that's in gangbanging. So it's like, are you gonna be a good example or are you gonna be a bad example for the kids? Like, what do you want to do?
Thanks for watching StreetGangs.com. Please like and share the video you just watched and leave a comment below to tell us what you think. You can also watch 2 of our previous episodes to the right. Please visit the link to our Patreon page and support our campaign. And don't forget to subscribe.